Oh, fun. Yeah. Oh, that song was really well made, but didn't really set my heart on fire. Hello, welcome to this video. My name's Dan, aka Luz, and I'm a music producer and songwriter, and today I'm going to be reacting to Harry Styles' brand new album out today. This is Harry's House. I'm excited to hear, so let's go. Oh yeah, by the way, I hurt my hand. Oh man. Yeah, I literally fell over on the way to work the other day and put my hand up. I'm not going to show you a picture of it because I'd have to put a trigger warning. Harry Styles. So I'm really excited to hear this new album. Back in the day, I wasn't a big One Direction fan. And when I heard like a lot of the singles from Harry Styles on his own, I was a bit like, not like completely sold. But when I actually started reacting, I was actually so pleasantly surprised by how much of his music I just absolutely adored. The only thing is, right, my relationship to Harry Styles' music is kind of hot and cold. The songs I like, I adore. Stuff like Golden, Fine Line itself, Ever Since New York, Lights Up, Cherry. They're like some of my top listen songs. I think Ever Since New York was my third most listened song of the whole year last year. Like, I love them so much. Like, a lot of the rest of the songs, I don't know, they don't really spark anything in me. So I'm kind of not sure where I'm gonna land. So I think it's gonna be an interesting one to discover for me. We'll see. Maybe I'll love exactly half. That said, I did really enjoy As It Was. So yeah, I don't know. If you want to check out my other Harry Styles reactions, I'll leave links for you. But before we actually go on to the video, if you are new and you haven't subscribed, then make sure to do so. I do reactions every single Friday at 9 o'clock to a whole bunch of different artists. I do all the latest kind of big album reactions like on the same day as I'm doing today. Did Florence last week. So if you like that kind of thing, then make sure to subscribe. Make sure to give it a like too. If you want to watch my videos a week early, you can do so on Patreon. This week, going out the same time as this video, is my reaction to Rosalia's El Mal Querer. So if you want to check that out a week in advance and you want to watch it uncut, you can click through to the Patreon. The link is in the description. Oh yeah, and if you wanted to follow me on Instagram, it's at SingSongDan, and the link's in the description. Okay, let's go. So this is song number 1. This is music for a sushi restaurant. I hope it's got like shamizens and stuff in it. Ooh. Ooh, I like this drum beat. Really dry. We're going funky. Ow. Nice. Oh, fun. This is really funk. Different vocal placement for him. Nice. Nice melodies. Oh, fun. Oh, I love the kind of chromatic descending chord pattern and everything. Oh my god, it's so like 70s funk with a kind of modern production element. He literally went scuba dooba doop doop. Oh, I don't know what it's about yet though. I love that bit of melody, that bridge. It's got such a kind of like joyous, funky energy to it. There's kind of a hint of darkness. This build is great. Nice. Those little horn blasts are giving me very Uptown Funk vibes. Cool. Wow, that was like interesting. Not the kind of music for there's any sushi restaurant I've ever been to, but but it was good fun. That wasn't quite what I expected. I mean, and it was as well. So he's definitely kind of staying to his tried and true kind of retro aesthetic. Definitely going full on 70s with that vibe. I really liked the kind of no word chorus. I loved the chromatic dissension in the bass and in the chords. Gave it like a real kind of disco funk edge. Yeah, and like some of the melody was great. I loved how his vocal was quite a different delivery, a little bit quieter, a little bit more like insistent, a little bit close, but like, let's have a look at the lyrics because I can't really figure out what it was about. Oh, ba, 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 ba. Green eyes, fried rice, I could cook an egg on you. Late night game time, coffee on the stove. Your sweet ice cream, but you could use a flake or two. Blue bubble gum twisting around your tongue. So it's food, but also sex. It's because I love you, babe, in every kind of way, just a little taste. So he seems to be relating his relationship with somebody to food. But I'm not sure what kind of, if there's any extra layer of meaning there. Let me know what your interpretation is. Good fun song to open the album on though. Let's go to the next song. This is Late Night Talking. Ooh. There's a haze on the horizon, babe. Nice, yeah. Yeah. You stub your toe or break your can. I'm liking these lyrics a bit more. I just wanna make you happier, babe. Oh, I love that synth pad production thing. Nice. It's definitely quite a kind of bright jazzy vibe, this album so far, isn't it? I wonder who he's singing about, because it's definitely love, romance, isn't it? Maybe it's like a developing love. These songs are certainly kind of snappy and catchy, aren't they? Like they seem tighter than his previous albums. Interesting, yeah, I like those harmonies. I really love the energy and the vibe. It really is kind of a song to kind of listen to. Summer vibes, walking down the road with your headphones, kind of jam into yourself. The vision for this album seems to be kind of like quite tight, quite succinct, quite well produced. I really love a lot of the production flourishes. Like there was a pad in there that was kind of like a kind of had a kind of syncopated rhythmic element to it that was really satisfying to listen to. Yeah. And he seems to be like this kind of idea that he's developing new feelings for somebody. Maybe it's like a friend and they're up talking through the night and they're kind of like talking about life, getting philosophical as you do in the middle of the night. And he's kind of thinking, yeah, I want more, you know? Yeah, it's cool. It hasn't blown me away yet, you know? Things haven't been quite the same. There's haze on the horizon, babe. It's only been a couple of days and I miss you. I do anything I can to help you through. So maybe it's like he's been in a bit of a funk and his kind of want to be helpful with this person, to be a good friend, to be there for this person is kind of giving him some direction where he's felt like he hasn't had any. Yeah, it's quite a kind of simple and succinct song, I think. Yeah, I mean, I have quite high expectations for this album just because of how much I did love, you know, certain songs. But so far, it's really fun, really enjoyable listen. But it's not like setting my heart on fire yet, but we'll see. Let's go on to song number 3. This is Grape Juice. So we're adding to the pile of fruit. We had a kiwi, we had watermelon, and now we've got grapes in a juice form.
1, 2,
Ooh. 3. Ooh, fun. Whisper to me, Harry. Nice vibe. But I got over it. Interesting vocal production on this. It's like he's singing down the phone. There's just no getting through. Oh. Like, so he's hung up on somebody, hey? Nice. That is little whistling. He's really missing this person. There's just no getting through. I love that. I think that's a root with the 7th on it because it's got that kind of element of melancholy, isn't it? Instead of a full bright resolution. It's really nice. The grape juice yeah, I really like this one. Oh, yeah, I think that's my favourite one so far. I really loved, the subtle hint of melancholy there. It evokes that kind of feeling of when you're walking down the street and it's all sunny and you're supposed to be kind of having a good time, but there's something on your mind that just kind of keeps you from being able to really live in the moment, you know? And I think for Harry it seems to be an ex that he can't quite get over still. You know, we were perfect for each other, but it didn't work out. And when relationships break down, not because you don't love each other, but for some other reason, it can be really difficult to find closure and to get over it, can't it? And I love how musically, it really kind of evokes quite a kind of balanced, like, subtle feeling. It's not like heartbreak, outright sadness. It's kind of like a dull pain, you know? Yeah, I like that. It's very nice. Yesterday it finally came a sunny afternoon. I was on my way to buy some flowers for you. Thought that we could hide away in a corner of the heath. There's never been someone who's been so perfect for me. But I got over it and said, give me something old and red. Yeah, so it's almost like he's buying stuff, or he's still in that habit of like buying flowers and buying wine and stuff for his ex who he's not with anymore. Oh, the grape juice is obviously wine, isn't it? There's just getting through the grape juice blues. Yeah, I love that. Grape juice blues, that's so good. Really like to the point storytelling as well. That's definitely my favourite one so far. I'm a sucker for something a little bit melancholy. Let's go on to the next one. This is As It Was. You might have checked out my reaction to this before. If you haven't, I did react to the music video when it came out. Let's have a little dance party.
Come on, Harry.
We wanna say goodnight to you. This is actually a really good first single, I think. Just a shame that like you end up hearing it so much, you know.
Nothing gets in the way. Seems you cannot be replaced.
Oh, in this world, it's just us. As it was, as it was. Harry, you're no good alone. Maybe this is telling this, like the album is telling the story of like his relationship to this person and how it's kind of progressed from like these moments of like maybe looking at the beginning of a relationship and reminiscing on how good it was, and then he kind of wakes up and realizes that he's not there anymore, and he finds himself, you know, in his home alone, and he's looking back thinking it's just not as good as it was before. As it was. Yeah, fun song. It is a good song actually. It is because it has like the kind of catchiness to it, but it really does evoke this feeling of being kind of almost like trapped in a hamster wheel. Like a lot of the music video and imagery adds to that, you know, where he's kind of like going around these feelings in his head. Like, why is life not as good as it once was? And it's that kind of spiral that you get yourself into when you're in that place. You kind of can't quite get out of it. And I think the second verse is very telling when he's, you know, getting phone calls from family members being like, you know, we haven't heard from you, you know, you're not very good on your own, like, have you been taking anything, you know. I think it's quite kind of revealing in terms of like where his head is at this point in the album, and I think he's depressed about the state of this relationship and how it kind of broke down, and he's getting lost in those feelings. Maybe the rest of the album is going to be him finding his way back out of that. I do quite like the flow of it so far. As it was, as it was. Let's have a look at song number 5. This is Daylight. And now I see daylight. Taylor fan, obviously. Oh, wait, I saw an article the other day that was like, Harry shoots down any rumours that this album is about Taylor. It's like, now it's 2022. Like, even if they did date, like a lot of people don't even believe it actually happened. It was like 2015 or something, so chill out. But anyway, yes, this is song number 5. This is Daylight. I like that vocodery thing. Oh shit, bit messy. So he's still in contact with this person that he's heartbroken with. Maybe they're trying to be friends, and he's like, I don't like this. That's cute. You got me cursing the daylight. Maybe because they are up all night talking and partying and taking coke. Ooh, I like this. And snap it all away. I like how focused the production is on each of these songs. Cool. I like these non-worded choruses. I think they're really nice. They're just a feeling. I like this vibe.
me so I could be sticking to you.
I love that lyric, actually. Yeah, there's like a kind of like playfulness to a lot of his lyrics where he knows that he's going through something quite heavy, but he doesn't take himself too seriously. It's something I actually mentioned about Florence's album last week, but I think it's something that I find quite refreshing about British artists' music. It's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek thing. If you're the spoon, then dip me in honey so I can stick to you. Equal parts like, I want to be there with you. I want, like, I'm in love with you and I completely miss you. And stupid, you know. I really love the chorus, especially like, because it's very full, very guitar heavy compared to the verses, which are a little bit more kind of thin and ploddy. That makes it sound negative, but you know what I mean? Like, they're not as fleshed out, and it creates like a nice dynamic where, like, in the verse, he's kind of like almost like a little bit listless. You know, maybe he has been up all night and he's in the day and kind of going through the motions and not really fully feeling life until he gets to the nighttime. Maybe that's what the chorus is supposed to represent and why it's so full but has a kind of twinge of melancholy to it. It's because he's living for these nighttime moments, but he knows that it's kind of not really tenable. Out of New York, I'm on my come down speed. We're on bicycles saying there's life out there. You've got the antidote. I'll take one to go, please. So he's kind of still hanging out with this person that he's clearly got a lot of feelings for, and he's maybe taking drugs as like a way of like distracting from that heartbreak. And because he's kind of living for the party, living for the nighttime, he's waking up in the day and being like, fuck this. All the real life feelings are coming back in the hangover, in the come down. Now I'm just remembering that how you don't love me. There's a real heaviness in this song, but it's hidden behind this kind of brevity of funny lyrics, you know? It really gives me an insight into his kind of coping mechanisms, especially as a British person. This is a very British thing to do. Let's go on to the next one. This is song number 6. This is Little Freak.
Little freak, Jezebel.
Who's Jezebel?
Stay green a little while. A wet dream just dangling. But I was thinking about who you are. I'm not
Nice.
just thinking about you. Did you dress up for Halloween?
It's giving me cherry energy.
Maybe we'll do this again.
He's reminiscing, isn't he? He's really lost in it. It sounds like it's going to go somewhere, this song.
Jumped in feet first and I landed too hard. My birthmark.
Yeah, nice. You never even saw my birthmark. Maybe like they never really got that serious, you know?
Just thinking about you.
God, he's so in love with this person. Oh, that ending. God. That's sad, huh? Oh, I loved that. It was really nice. Yeah. Oh, there was something in the way that was played and the chords chosen at the end there that really just, it's like, you know, like you have no control over it. Oh, wow. That was really lovely. It really does like, feel like a big sigh. Because he can't stop thinking about this person. Yeah. I like the production in that one because it kind of had a subtle tension that really pushed the song forward, like it had a real destination. I had a thought. My theory for why the album's called Harry's House, I think it's based on this idea of like playing house. He's kind of still dreaming about this home that he'd be able to create with this person that he's in love with, but it's not real. You know, it's just Harry's house. It's not Harry and whatever this person's name is, Ziz's house. You know, with the album cover, you know, he's got all the furniture on the ceiling. It's like something's wrong, you know. It's like a dream world that he's still living in because he can't get over this person. And it's like this dream home that he never managed to create with this person, you know. Because every single song is about this person, you know. I really liked it, actually, that song. That was nice. Okay, let's go on to the next song. This is song number 7. This is Matilda. Ooh, I like this guitar sound. I wonder what kind of guitar it is.
You were riding your bike to the sound of It's No Big Deal. Nothing about the way that you were treated ever seemed especially.
Oh, I love that.
You can let it go, not invite your family, cause they never showed you love.
Wow. Wonder who this is sung to. Certainly a person who didn't see eye to eye with their family. Maybe was abandoned.
I know that you feel like a piece of you's dead inside.
Wow. Got real reverence for this person.
You don't have to be sorry for leaving. Anywhere you go, you don't need a reason.
She's free of her family's expectations now. I like this switch to piano.
You don't have to go.
Oh. Oh my god. What a beautiful bridge. Mid-late section.
You can let it go. Party full of everyone.
This is beautiful.
Who will always show you love.
I love this.
Don't have to be
Chosen family.
You can let it go. Don't have to be sorry, no.
This is lush. You don't have to be sorry. Oh my god. Stunning. Oh, what a stunning song. Oh my god. I just really, really feel for that person who he's singing about. Like, maybe they're LGBT. Like, this really does, like, remind me of many stories from, you know, TV shows like Pose, or like stories of, like, you know, even like that I've heard from people in my life. Like I knew somebody when I was a teenager who got thrown out of the house for coming out as gay. And these people who go through this, it's like to have such a horrible trauma at such a young age, just for something that is very central to who you are, it changes somebody for good. And I think what like Harry's kind of saying is that, like, he's so incredibly inspired by the strength that they've managed to show in their independence and, you know, living in their life who they are, and kind of giving them a pass, saying, you know, it's okay to not invite your family to a big party because you've got all these people that you've chosen as your family, and like they don't deserve you anymore because they chose to throw you out, they chose to give you up, and you don't have to feel bad for that anymore. A really, really kind of beautiful perspective of like a friend who's looking upon another friend. It's a real song of empathy, isn't it? Oh, really wonderful. And I love the switch to piano. There was something about that really kind of gave it extra dimension. It gave the emotion more dimension. The bridge, I think, is the most heartbreaking thing, because it seems to be telling a story of Matilda who's had to go home, you know, feeling like they have to, like they owe something to their family, and it's like he's saying, no, it's okay. You don't have to go home if you don't want to. You know, it's a long way to go for you, you know. In other words, I know they won't hurt you anymore as long as you can let them go, you know. Oh, Jesus. I guess there's also the connection to the book. It's a book first, then movie, of Matilda, a little girl is not treated right by her family, you know. Maybe it was about somebody who knew, but like he didn't want to put their actual name, so he was like, I'll choose Matilda because the storyline works, you know. You know it's not the same as it was. Let's go on to the next song. This is song number 8. This is the cinema.
You got the cinema.
We're going funky again.
Cool. You're getting yourself wet for me. You're sleeping in this bed with me.
Still ruminating on this person, huh? Am I too into you? I think they're struggling to draw the line, aren't they? Not sure what the relation is to the cinema. It's got a very smooth vibe to it. This one's definitely the most retro funk that we've had so far. He seems to be drawing less from the 90s Britpop than he has in his previous albums. Nice. Feeling this. It's immaculately produced, isn't it? Nice. You pop when we get intimate. That wasn't my favourite one. I enjoyed the vibes of it. I think it could be a good driving song, you know. Not that I like driving. That could be a good driving song, and I hate driving. Yeah. I thought that was really well produced. I did love the beat and the movement of it. I thought it was a really well made song. Yeah, it just didn't set... I think that's the thing, is that song was really well made, but didn't really set my heart on fire, you know? Okay, let's go to the next one. This is Daydreaming. Feeling the vibes. Nice. Oh yeah, fun.
Living in a daydream. Give me something to dream about.
Nice. I love these choruses that are instrumental choruses are really. There's something about them that I really enjoy.
Loving is the real thing. So give me
Oh, nice. I think that kind of voice belies the darkness, I think. Ooh. Living in a daydream, but not in real life. Oh, wow. Nice. It's some real kind of subtlety in the emotion in a lot of these songs, especially that little ending there, because it kind of like feels like this song is existing in a daydream. He's existing in a daydream, and he's kind of happy to go along with the happy vibes, you know, but there's definitely like an undercurrent of darkness, I think, in that kind of like mixed voice kind of moments that almost sound like a bit like a scream, like a kind of like a call for help in a way. It feels like he's getting lost in the daydream, and in the moment it's fine, but it's not fine really, is it? He needs to live in real life. He needs to let go, and he certainly hasn't let go yet, has he? The vibe of it wasn't really sending me. Maybe it's just like my I prefer stuff that has a bit more kind of like heavy, passionate vibes. I don't know. Whereas there does seem to be a little bit of a wall of like humour and stuff maybe getting in the way to me really connecting. Living in a daydream, she said, love me like you pay me. Staying till the morning because baby loving is the real thing. It's not though, is it? So it's like he's written a love song saying, you know, I'm in love with you. We're having a great time in love, having sex all night, and it's amazing. But it's not real. That's clever. I do appreciate that. It's very clever. Let's go on to the next one. This is Keep Driving. Ooh, I like the retro drum machine vibe.
hot wax, jump off the roof. We held
Nice.
darkness and withheld clouds.
Nice vibe.
Just keep driving.
It's like maybe like perpetuating a daydream, you know? Let's just keep going.
I will always love you.
Oh, it's like a little memory, isn't it? A little road trip.
Passports and footwells, kiss her and don't tell, bad move. Just
It's just kind of like, almost like stacking up all these memories, you know? You can't get them out of his head.
surely just keep driving.
And that kind of middle eight felt like a kind of much more intense vibe than the rest of the song. Suddenly, all these memories are getting too much.
Driving.
I like that one. That was nice. Yeah, it was quite cute. Like, yeah, I liked the kind of like rolling pace of it, making it feel like they just keeping on driving. The lyrics aren't necessarily following a strict storytelling. It's just, it's like a list, isn't it? Like, he's just listing all these the sights, the sounds, the tastes, the feelings of maybe this little road trip he took with this person. And he's now thinking back about those memories and just wishing that trip could have gone on forever. Yeah, a lot of really beautiful kind of sun-soaked imagery, very romanticised. But it does feel like in the middle eight that those memories all get a bit too much. A small concern with how the engine sounds. We held darkness and withheld clouds. I would ask, should we just keep driving? A metaphor for like maybe like the truth of the matter isn't quite living up to the romanticism that he has in his head. And he's just like, should we just keep driving? Let's just ignore the fact this isn't going to work out. Let's just keep perpetuating the daydream, you know. It all seems to be like building up in the lyrics too in that bridge, where it gets quite kind of like dark. Science and edibles, life hacks going viral in the bathroom, cocaine, side boob, choker with a sea view. It's like getting more and more and more intense. And he's just like, whoa, let's just keep driving. Let's just ignore the bad shit. You know, it's not very healthy, is it? Let's go on to the next one. This is Satellite. Okay. Ooh. That synth sounds like Mass Effect. If anyone's played Mass Effect. Ooh, I love the production here. It's beautiful. They've moved on, haven't they? He still hasn't.
I go round and round, satellite, spinning up.
Oh, yeah. He's really addressing the fact that he's obsessing over her. Or him. I think it's a her at this point. Ooh. I love this. I thought it was going to be more ballady, but it's really got a freneticism to it. Spinning out, waiting for you. Oh, yeah.
I go round and round.
I love this chorus. So good. Pulling me in, you know, like gravity, centrifugal force. I love this. This is really cool. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Nice. Oh, this is such a cool place to take it. All the emotions so far are really coming to a head. He's really now realizing where he's got him, like the positions he's got himself into with this person. Oh, really good song. That one had such a journey to it, didn't it? The verse at the beginning felt very kind of ponderous, you know, felt like it was going to be a ballad. But then when the chorus kicked in, it revealed that it was actually like, had a real frenetic energy to it. It's kind of like this idea that he's like, you know, the verse, stuck in a daydream, going around in circles, almost floating. And when he has that realization that he is spinning in circles waiting for her, the pace picks up and it's like and suddenly it's like the realization is creating this tension and drama, and it's like a feeling that that's now building up inside of him, and that pace doesn't let up and really goes into that final section, which is big and open, almost like just letting out all the emotion. And it's so satisfying when it gets to that point, because it feels like he's, you know, been representing this building up of emotion, this building up of momentum, you know, building and building and building, and suddenly he just can't take it anymore, and it's just raw, you know. Really, really nicely produced, arranged song to represent that so clearly is really, really satisfying to listen to. It really feels like this is the song where he's really opened up and really kind of had a realization about his own emotion, and I feel like for me that means I could connect to it just that extra bit. You know, that feeling, I just relate to it, like that feeling of having kind of like an unrequited love for somebody and you don't have any closure, you can't let go of it, you're still friends with them, you know, and it builds, doesn't it? And it just lets itself out in a really shit way. And all the time you just feel completely unstable. You feel like a satellite, you know. You're just spinning around this person waiting for them to pull you into their circle and for them to love you. But ultimately, that's not going to happen. You're just going to keep spinning and spinning, and you're just going to spin out, you know. That's one of my favourites so far. I'm adding that to my favourites playlist. I have a playlist going on Spotify if you wanted to check it out. That's basically everything I'm listening to at the moment. But yeah, links in the description. Let's go on to the next one. This is the penultimate song. This is Boyfriends. I hope this is Harry talking about his boyfriend, because that would make me very happy. Just for a moment there. Ooh, love a bit of a reverse moment.
Think you're so easy.
Ooh.
They don't know.
Love the harmonies. Stunning.
You're back at it again.
I love the finger picking as well. Really lovely.
Love a fool who knows just how to get you.
Maybe this other person's moved on.
You're no closer to him.
I love these harmonies, they're really lovely.
When you go,
Ooh,
why you don't know?
take me there. I love this.
You lay with him as you stay in the daydream.
Oh, she's in the daydream. Lovely. That was really nice. And really nice to have like a real acoustic, sweeping kind of vibe. But that reminded me of like Safe from Heartbreak, Wolf Alice. I think just the harmonies were really just beautifully sung and beautifully written. And I loved it kind of had this, you know, real sway to it that was beautiful. Nice to have a slightly simpler song to kind of like come near the end. It almost feels like he's kind of having these moments of like healing and a bit of, you know, going back to basics. You know, fool, you're back at it again, but backwards. They take you for granted, they don't know, they're just misunderstanding. You're back at it again. Maybe he's singing to himself at that point. I don't know. You love a fool who knows how to get under your skin. You still open the door. So it seems to be kind of like, could be kind of a general thing, but he's singing to another person and kind of saying, you know, you're getting mistreated by these boyfriends. You're not actually getting close to anything you actually want, you know? It might be about the person that he's in love with because he's maybe looking at like the relationships they're now getting into and being like, you know, actually, I would actually treat you right. Before we go into the final song, make sure to subscribe to the channel because you've obviously got this far, so you must be loving it. And yeah, if you want to check out all my videos early, then you can check it out on the Patreon. The link's in the description. You can also check stuff out uncut and without any adverts and all that good stuff. And it's a great support for me in terms of my creative life. Next week's video is Rosalia. If you want to check out that video now, the uncut version is on Patreon right now, so you can check it out right now. Go. Let's go on to the last song. This is Love of My Life. I wonder what this is about.
You're the love of my life.
Heavy.
Take a walk on Sunday through the afternoon in a hotel using someone else's name, baby.
It doesn't seem like he's found closure, does it?
It's not what I wanted to leave you behind. I don't know you half as well as all my friends. Babe, don't know where you land when you fly.
Maybe he has left it behind then. I don't know, maybe he doesn't think he's going to find that again. Oh. I loved that ending, actually. It was really lovely. Feels like, yeah, that he's been in love with this person and he maybe doesn't think that, you know, he's going to maybe find that again. Maybe he's like, maybe that was the love of my life and it's gone, which is really sad. But he does seem to have had a little bit of closure, I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, so there is a past tense. Baby, you were the love of my life. It's not what I wanted to leave you behind. Don't know where you'll land when you fly, but baby, you were the love of my life. It's unfortunate, it's just coordinates, like it didn't work out, you know? He hasn't forced an optimistic ending, is he? But there is a kind of sense of completion because the whole album is about him being lost in this like pretend world. He's in his house, he's playing house, he's, you know, pretending that him and this friend are almost having this like perfect experience of being in love and whatever. He's living in the daydream. And I think that this whole album is him processing that information, processing his relationship with this person, kind of starting out kind of being like, this is great, I love you, and this is, you know, we're up all late night talking, isn't this amazing? And then kind of getting lost in the depression of it. And then towards the end of the album, he's starting to have these realizations, and it's not like he's saying, I've had these realizations and now I'm fixed and I'm over her. It's, oh shit, what have I done? I've got my head caught, I've been caught in this as a satellite, I've been caught where I'm just obsessing, waiting for you to pull me in, waiting for you to love me. But at the end, right at the end, he says, I've let go. I didn't want to leave you behind, but I've had to. For my own sanity, I've had to move on. You were the love of my life. I absolutely, completely adored you, but I've had to let go of you, and it sucks. Yeah, I think as a whole album, I think it's really, really well made. I do feel like that every single song adds to this complete storyline of, you know, the perfect home that he's dreaming of and that he's kind of pretending to live in. And I really appreciate an album that has a focus like that. There's also loads of really fun, playful production and musical movements and things. Feels like he's kind of harnessed the weirdness and really kind of focused it a bit better, so that's good. My only criticism is that, like, not all the songs really blew me away. I think maybe, although he is getting very honest, I don't know, maybe there's just like something of a wall between me and really, really connecting with him. I don't know whether it's just like a macho thing, or I don't know, like in the way that he writes, like he's trying to be cool, or I don't know. I'm not fully on board the whole time, like emotionally, but I don't want that to take away from the fact that I think it's actually a really, really, really good album. It's very well made. It just didn't quite move me like some albums do. Definitely a bunch of songs that I'm going to be listening to. I think my favourite songs were, I really liked Grape Juice, Little Freak, Matilda, and Satellite, I'd say, were the best songs for me. Let me know what you think of the album. I'll be interested to hear everybody's opinions. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of passionate fans out there. Maybe my expectations were maybe a bit too high. Let me know what you think about the album. Let me know what your favourite songs are in the comments. And final thank you to all my Weeping Wendy patrons. Their names are appearing on screen right now. Those are the guys who pledged to the second tier of the Patreon. They get to watch videos early and uncut, and they get to have their name in the credits. Woo. Thank you so much for your support. Cool. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Bye.